Testing. Okay, good. Yeah, we're good. What's up, folks? Hello. Hope everybody is doing well. Ugh. Man, I am tired. Today was a lot of recording, unfortunately. Joint Joe 96 said, can I start at 16? I remember messaging you, actually. 16 is possible with a cosigner. Otherwise, no. But yeah, if you get a cosigner for someone who is over 18, has at least a 680 credit score, then yeah, definitely possible. Grego Vision 82, welcome. Man, I am very tired. Gonna wait a few minutes. Okay, success with Monty. I have 6 Section 8 properties in Cleveland. Nice, man. Nice. I have 3 doors in Cleveland, so you're beating me right there, actually. Cleveland's a good market. What's up, Warden? Hope all is well with you, brother. Hey, 15% down is possible on those under 100K units. If you have experience, yes. So most lenders are going to allow you to do 15% for DSCR, or at least mine will, under a few circumstances. The first is that the home has a high DSCR score multiplier, meaning that it rents for significantly above what it costs to have that home, mortgage-wise. So let's say that it rents for $1,000 and the mortgage is $750, then that's a 1.25 multiplier, which is a good thing. 1.25 and higher is good. The other way is you have to have experience in that specific market. Not any market, but that specific market. Let's see. Kavi does this at 15%. They do not. I recently spoke with them. If you're talking about the DSCR lending website, yeah, I did speak with them recently, and they told me the maximum LTV they can do is 80%, which is 20% down, and 100K loan minimum. So that's just not correct, or you're being fed different info than I am. But I talked with them 3 days ago, so... What's the minimum loan to be able to do to buy with 15% down? Usually 50K. That's my loan minimum. Yeah. Success with Monty on Instagram said, one is going through rehab, one is getting fixed by insurance after pipe burst, water damage the whole house, another one, the tenant never pays his portion. You want us to scale, but these issues concern me to buy more? Hey man, that's what my mentorship's all about, helping you avoid mistakes like this. To go through those one at a time. One's going through rehab. Okay, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. One's getting fixed by insurance after pipe burst, water damage. So if it was vacant, then you need to make sure you disconnect the water heater and drain it, as well as have the water off. That's kind of the point of it being vacant. You have to do that, as well as, drain out all the water. However, if there was a tenant already in there, then legally you can put into the lease that any burst pipes are the tenant's responsibility, and they have to continue paying rent during that time. Another one, the tenant never pays his portion. That's just good tenant screening. You have to do pretty good tenant screening. We like to do at-home interviews. Man, I'm pretty chubby. I've gained a lot of weight. I'm kind of sad about that. Sorry, I'm kind of like multi-streaming across different platforms, so apologies if you guys are asking questions and I'm slow or it looks like I'm making shit up. I'm not. I'm streaming just on like 3 different things right now. Zane on TikTok said, with 2 mil on cash, how much can you make from Section 8? With 2 mil, you can infinitely buy homes. 2 mil is an amount that you should no longer be concerned about financial limitations. You will buy as good as your system allows you to. If your system that you have set up allows you to buy 5 homes a month, then each one will get you around $300 to $500 net. So yeah. Zane, if you have 2 mil, honestly, I just recently started opening up to partnerships. So if you have 2 mil and you want to invest and you want me to do it for you, DM me. Actually, probably not DM. I miss a lot of DMs, I'm not going to lie. Email me at joseph@investingsection8, the number 8.com if you're interested in partnerships. You have to have at least 100K, but you said 2 mil, so obviously you passed that. In case anyone else is interested, I'm accepting, I'm partnering with investors at this point just because I need more cash, and that's my limiter right now. What lender do I use? I use my own lender that I actually found through a realtor referral. 50K loan minimum for most things. However, they can even go below that depending on how good the deal is. They're completely self-funded, meaning there is no external loans that they're buying from wholesalers. What place is the best to get out LC? What does LC mean? Do you mean low cost? I'm not sure what LC means. User 76069. That's funny. Hey, just ran into your videos. Love the content. Nice, man. Happy to help. Should I scale and buy more? Do you think I should wait until the ones I have get situated? You should make a system, Monty. Mistakes happen. Mistakes are okay. Just make sure you never repeat them. So as long as you have a system to not repeat those mistakes, then proceed. Would a CapEx repair almost wipe out a year of profit at $300 to $500 net per month? No, because we have pretty decent seller paid home warranties or even buyer paid home warranties that are about $700 to $800 a year, and they cover pretty much everything. Past that, insurance covers anything else, for example, roof. RTR Trades on TikTok said, so you find investors, they'll find you the homes to buy. RTR Trades, I think you have it backwards. I find the homes myself, or my realtors do. But yeah, I have either a one-on-one mentorship, if you want to, if you're new at Section 8, etc. Right, it's cost between $4,000 and $6,000, and I help one-on-one hold your hand for 6 to 12 months to help help you invest in Section 8 homes. Whereas I also am just starting to open up to partnerships where it's literally like 50-50 splits between you and I, but I'm kind of selective about that. I have to have at least like 100K, maybe 200. And it's a lot to partner with somebody, right? You have to be a good fit. Like it's like a relationship at the end of the day, right? So that is something I just opened up to. I have some investors that are kind of in the works right now. Do you still get to stay in the community after 6 to 12 month mentorship? Yep, it's for life. The Discord, you'll even get my personal phone number on the first call. So yeah, you get it for life. On Instagram, sorry, I'm missing some questions. Hi from Australia. Can foreigners do this? Yeah, absolutely. There are 2 strategies. You can either do a BRRRR, which is the least amount of money down, 10% down plus closing costs. So around like, for foreigners, it's going to be like 25 grand left in the deal. Or you could do turnkey, which will be like 35 to 40, just because you have worse LTVs, unfortunately, about 65 to 70% on average. Can you share the lender that you currently use? I cannot. That is for my mentorship students only, because again, they are self-funded, meaning they have a limited pool of funds to work with. So I get probably 10 DMs a day asking for them. I just can't give them all those leads. They're going to be pretty pissed at me. How does your partnership work? I have $250K to invest. It's going to be 50-50 split. So I basically do all of the work. You simply just fund the money, and I'm going to fall into projected ranges on the income and ROIs. And then we just split everything 50-50. That's about it. I like to keep it simple. Yeah, if you're interested, Monty, email me. Joseph, Joseph, at investingsection8, the number 8.com. Bros gatekeeping. Brother, I can't give my one single lender 2,000 leads a month. They're going to kill me and stop working with me. Plus, I'm sorry, but out of the 2,000, maybe 50 will be good leads that'll close. I'm not gonna like give them dog shit leads just because someone asked for lenders. That's happened way too many times. Like, I did this for free for like two years, from like when I was 18 to 20 years old, completely free. And like, so many lenders stopped working with me just because I'd give them like every lead. It just was bad. Mauricio on TikTok said, in escrow with a client for Section 8 property, any tips or things I should watch out for? Does the property already have the tenant? Is that what you're saying? Let me know some more details on that, Mauricio. Burnout definitely exists. I'm kind of like burnt out right now, actually. Kind of sucks. That's why I'm like trying to partner with investors, see if I can, kick myself back into gear. Just because I'm kind of in like a weird rut right now. I think a lot of it's like social media related. I just have very like low self-esteem due to a lot of social media hate. But I just got to work on that. That's something else. Couldn't you invest that $2 million to stocks and make more? No, you'd actually make about half. Our average ROI on Section 8 properties are 15 to 20% on turnkey, or about 30 to 35% on BRRRRs. Obviously, BRRRRs are higher risk and more work, though. Yeah, so stock market gives 10%, actually 9% statistically. So no, you'd get like half with the stock market. Monty on Instagram said, sorry, you connected Bluetooth, didn't catch that. If we're a good fit, do we go half on all the costs associated and open LLC together with 50-50 operating agreement? Yeah, Monty, that's exactly how it works. You basically bring the funds. I do all the work. I'm going to be doing BRRRRs or turnkey. I'm going to give you expectations for what your ROIs will end up being, as well as your cash flow. And then all you really need to do is just give me like a yes or no on if you want to get a property. So yeah, Monty, that's how it works. Everything's split 50-50 otherwise. I do all the legwork of everything. And you just send the money. That's about it. I know this sounds kind of like arrogant, but I know what I'm doing. I'm very good at what I do. And yeah, my biggest issue right now is I just have no more funds. I've been trying to buy homes in cash over and over to avoid lender fees, and I'm just like out of cash. Yeah, my money's tied up in other investments right now, is what it is. So yeah. Plus, I want to just get more than like 4 homes a year, 5 homes a year. Like, I want to get more than that at this point. Like, I want to actually fucking scale to the moon. And I know that, 4 or 5 homes a year sounds great, and it is great. But I want to be fantastic. I want to get 500 units. And at the rate I'm going at, I'm not going to hit that. So now I think it's time for partnerships finally. So, Monty, I'm going to put my email in the chat for you. And this applies to anyone with at least like 200K. Oh shit, how do I do this? Did that work? There you go. Anyone with at least like 200K that they want to partner, feel free to email me. But other than that, I have a normal mentorship that I do. It is between like 4 and 6 grand, somewhere in there, just kind of depending on the level of support you need. And I will hold your hand for 6 to 12 months. Yeah. If you want to buy a turnkey home, it'll be like 25K. If you want to get a BRRRR, it's going to be somewhere between like 12 to 17 if you use lenders. If it's cash, cash is under 10 almost always. Why Section 8 though? Aren't they a pain in the ass? I'm also a realtor. That's kind of like a stigma. They definitely aren't great if you blindly choose a Section 8 tenant, but we do a pretty insane vetting process, and that's really just a big screener here. Like, we mostly rent to like single moms, veterans, the elderly, the disabled. How's someone on crutches gonna ruin your property? Mauricio said 4-unit property, all with Section 8 tenants already in place. Ah, shit. I really don't like multifamily homes with investing in Section 8. It just so rarely goes well. Biggest piece of advice, make sure all utilities are separate. If any are shared, then that's like automatically like a no-go, in my opinion. Don't identify with the haters. With the identity haters throw at you, repel against low vibrational forces. Thank you, Remy. Those are very nice words. Yeah, I just like, already my mental health has been like terrible since day one. And it's just like posting on social media so much. It gets to you. It definitely does. Like, I saw someone message, someone fucking commented on one of my videos. This one, like, I was like shocked at this one. It was a video of me like saying what the proper terms are, right? Like how much you actually make on each rental. And bro, they straight up said in the comments, yeah, I fully believe you. This sounds 100% accurate and I do trust you, but I would never work with somebody as chubby as you. And I went, what? What the hell? I don't know. It's fucking, I get wild comments. And I get like death threats daily. It like sucks. It sucks a lot. But it is it is part of the business, right? You can't exactly be in real estate and be a landlord otherwise. When you say I bring the money and you do the work, sorry, but just to clarify, will you be putting in half the money, or will I put in all the money and do the work? You put in all the money and I do the work. The main reason I want to partner with people is because I am out of money at this point. Just because I've tied up all my money in different investments, and yeah, that's the main reason I want to partner. If we went in both 50-50 and I was doing the work, it doesn't make sense at that point. That's no longer 50-50, right? That's 95-5 in terms of the split. Yeah, like if you were doing half the work, that'd be different. But no, if I'm doing the work, I also like that's the other part of it, right? You would do the funding. All right, let me look at some other TikTok ones. What is the back-end program? What do you mean by back-end program? Do you mean like what my mentorship is? Because it's a 6 to 12 month mentorship. I help people one-on-one investing in Section 8. You know, if you're tired of other gurus telling you $800 cash flow, then I'm your guy. I'm a licensed realtor. Can't ethically lie to you. Yeah. Feel free to directly DM me or click the link in my bio. The fuck is this filter? What was that on TikTok? That was weird. I've never seen that before. A heart me. Eddie sent a heart me. I don't know what that means. Man, I don't go live enough to understand what all this vernacular is. Monty said, your numbers in your videos are very accurate. Thank you. I really do try to be as transparent as humanly possible. The last thing that I want is for someone to enter this space and then they end up getting false expectations, false numbers, and they end up getting a bad taste in their mouth and then think all investing is a scam. Everyone in this space is a scam. It's just not true, right? I try to be as authentic and blunt as possible. Jaden said, go on a vacation. I actually went on one in January. I went to Puerto Rico. Ironically, this cough is since then. Like, life just fucking hits me every time. Part of a fan club. I'm a member now. Nice. I didn't know I had that. That's really cool. Thanks for joining. What do you think of Section 8 Tom Cruise's course? I've made so many videos on YouTube about like why I basically call out everybody that I think is personally inauthentic. and Tom Cruise and Section 8 Kareem and Section 8 Brothers, they're all part of the same group, right? Where they're promoting outdated financing strategies such as seller financing. That worked in 2021. It doesn't work today. They're promoting just like bad investments. And it really gives this space a bad name. So if you want to see like the full, like calling them out truth of it all, go on my YouTube channel. It's in my bio. I'm telling you, I call everybody out. Like almost everybody in this space sucks. It's really unfortunate. I day trade right now. You think if I save 50K, I can purchase my own home and rent it out to Section 8? Depends where you live, man. That's the biggest thing. How many hours of study for me to get a good grasp on real estate? You just need to... The biggest thing is you absolutely need to read a lot. You have to get really good at reading, processing data. And you have to just love learning, right? Like, I think that's an underrated trait that people are losing, which really sucks. And it might be because of ChatGPT, but also because of just like fucking TikTok itself and these socials. But you need to be like excited to learn. You need to be happy about what you're doing. That's how you're going to learn the most. Like, I don't listen to music like almost ever. I put on real estate investing audiobooks like anytime I'm driving, cooking, etc. Like almost every moment of my free time is spent in some way, shape, or form in real estate. Some books that I really recommend. That's the acronym. Buy, Renovate, Rent, Refinance, Repeat by David Green. He is one of the owners of Bigger. Fuck. Sorry, I've been sick for like 2 months. Bigger Pockets. Yeah, very good book about BRRRR investing. The Section 8 Bible, all three of them, is also very good about Section 8. Unfortunately, they're pretty outdated, but they do still cover a lot of the good basics. I wouldn't take it for, extreme accuracy because, again, they were made 20 years ago. In case you're just interested in entrepreneurship in general, 0 to 1 by, I think, Peter Thiel is also really good. Section 8 Bible says buy property cash for 14K. Yeah, like I said, it was made 20 years ago. It's just, you really have to take the good portions and the bad portions and separate them. Like a lot of the advice is still really good. Like, for example, they say get 10-year smoke detectors where you don't have to change the batteries ever. I think that's a fantastic piece of advice. You have to change the batteries 1 to 2 times a year, each time costing you $50 to $100 to get a handyman to do it for you. That single tip alone will save you thousands of dollars throughout your entire portfolio. Lamartin on Instagram. How do you avoid burst pipes when units are vacant? Turn the water off. Disconnect the water heater as well. Drain it. I can email you to set up a partnership. However, are you open to a better split than 50-50 since I'll be putting all the funds in? Also wouldn't do a lot of work with your guidance. Monty, just email me and we can go from there. Like, I'm definitely open to negotiations. Everything in life is negotiable. So just email me. We'll go back and forth. Like Monty, one thing that I have done in the past is like maybe like 60-40, 70-30, but in return I also get a commission on every closing. Like that's another thing that I've done in the past, right? Where I get a flat like 5K for every close that we do. That's just an example. There are ways to negotiate this. What's your target cap rate? 15 to 20% for turnkeys. Luckman said, "Hey Joseph, making some progress on a request for St. Louis. Nice. Yeah, my main target markets are always going to be St. Louis, Detroit, Birmingham. Those are like the top three. Oh, Cleveland too. That's where like most of my students end up investing. Did you go to college or self-taught? I went to college. I have a bachelor's degree, but it's in computer science. I have a background in software engineering. Real estate? No, I did not go to college. Everything real estate related is self-taught. I actually became a realtor when I turned 18. I'm still a realtor. Closed on a house last month. Lena joined. Hello, Lena. My beautiful girlfriend is in here now on Instagram. Please don't look at her. TJ on TikTok said, is there any risks with Section 8 in the future, like cut off government assistance, or how long has this program been around? It's been around since 80s, I think. 70s, 80s, around there. It's been around for over 50 years. So it's sticking around. There's an estimated 9 million Americans on it. If it goes away, we just have an insane homelessness epidemic. It's not going to go away. $30 gross. What's the net? About 1/3 on average. Kind of depends on the month. How much to get started? If you're doing a BRRRR, 12 to 17K, that's with private money. If you're doing cash or like a line of credit or something that just has like no fees, we can usually get it for under 10. For turnkey, it's about 25K on average. I can help with either. Feel free to directly DM me, say you're interested in mentorship, or just click the link in my bio. Happy to mentor. I do have a mentorship. It's 6 to 12 months. It's with me alone. There's no third party or anything like that. Yeah, if you're interested in that, 6 to 12 months of hand-holding from directly me, maybe it'd be a good fit for the mentorship. DM me or click the link in my bio. How do you finance these? Usually it kind of depends like which strategy you do, right? Like if you want to do a BRRRR, then private money, business credit, HELOCs, cash, there's a lot of different ways. If you want to do purely like a turnkey, it's going to be like it's going to be like DSCR most of the time. But once in a while, we do have people that qualify for conventional. You just need good credit, good work history, etc. And then they can do that. That'll give you better rates. But yeah, usually DSCR. Jozo Kateri is the best mentor in the world, and he truly gives his all for his mentorship students, especially because he cares. Hashtag not biased, I promise. Thank you. That's truly unbiased source right there that said that. How do you deal with bad tenants? There's a few different ways. I'd say the biggest is, prevention in the first place. But let's assume that you couldn't prevent it. Your screening process failed you for whatever reason, and you actively have a bad tenant. Best way, cash for keys. Just straight up give them cash to leave the property. Usually we'll have a handyman meet them there and just say, hey, like I know that you guys are struggling. However, I got to pay the mortgage. How about we come to a compromise here? You guys leave by Friday. That's 5 days from now. I'll give you $500 in cash. All I ask is that I tour it today, take pictures and videos of everything. All I ask is you leave by that date, empty out the house, and any damage I will not charge you for. Just don't make it worse. I'm going to take videos today. Yeah, and if then 9 times out of 10, they do leave by the date. It's better than handling an eviction. Who's your DSCR lender? That's private. I give that out to my mentorship students, but unfortunately I get about 10 requests per day. In fact, I've gotten, I think, 3 on this live stream alone. It's just, I can't give them out. It'll flood them instantly. It's only just like one guy. TJ said, any risks with Section 8 for government assistance getting cut off or anything? How long has this been running? It's been running for over 50 years. There's not really any risks for government assistance being cut because they actually just renewed it for, I can't remember the figure, but billions of dollars for 2026. So, no. If they try to cut it at all, they're going to have a homelessness epidemic. It's been around for 50 years, survived through COVID, survived through Trump's first term. Yeah. There's no, in my opinion, there's no risk. It is worth dealing with the tenants, in my opinion, because 9 times out of 10, they're fantastic. You know, the elderly, the disabled, single moms, etc. Monty said, do you have a recommendation for Detroit property manager? I do, actually. He's both a realtor and property manager. I'd say if we partner up, Monty, or you join the mentorship, I'm happy to give the recommendation. However, I will say most of the time you can self-manage properties. In my opinion, you just have to have good systems in place from day one, and then you'll spend maybe an hour a week on them. Opinion on condo rentals. I don't like them. Condo rentals tend to have a very high condo fee, which negates the purpose. Your cash flow tends to die because of it. Would you advise to have a management company? Oh, I just answered that inadvertently. I fully believe the average person can self-manage their rentals. There are a lot of softwares that help with it, such as what I use, TenantCloud. I think I'm losing my voice. How many properties are some of your students up to now? When I last talked with him, when he left the mentorship, because, you know, the 6 months were over, that was 4 months ago, I think, 5 months ago. And he was at 9. And I know that his goal for 2026 is 50. So he probably is at like 15 to 20 most likely now. What's the rental rate for 3-bedroom Section 8? Depends on the zip code. Every zip code's different. Do you do your own bookkeeping? Yes. I used to have an accountant do it, but in my opinion, like, I know my books best. I'm pretty good with finances and numbers in general, so I just do it myself. I could probably train an accountant to do it for me, but I'm kind of a control freak as well. I really like knowing where my money's coming in and going. My goal is to get 200 properties at this scale. I think property management is the way to go, or do you still recommend self-manage at that point? If you're planning to get 200 properties, you have to make a property management company. It's not you hire one, it's that you make one and then hire someone full-time to work there. You see? I got the systems. I got the systems in place. Admittedly, I'm not at that point yet. I think it's only necessary when you're past like 80. Like, I've seen people with 60 units, like 60, still self-managing. Why did you go into Section 8 out of everything in real estate? Because it gave 20% higher returns guaranteed on rentals that previously did not cash flow at all. Can you rent out a unit as a 5-bed? Yeah, you can. Oh wait, sorry. It has 3 beds plus 2 rooms in the upstairs attic. You only can if it's legally a bedroom. If it's up to code and legally a bedroom, then yes. Otherwise, they'll count as a 3-bed. Is it better to buy a foreclosure house or buy a VA house? I tend to not like them because the bank process is very long. And a lot of the time they cut utility boxes, and that costs a lot of money and time to reconnect. So I'm not a huge fan of foreclosures. Was that the guy who got 9 and 6 months doing Burr and had the cash for them? Yeah, it's the same guy. What do you think is the quickest way to scale? Go to W2, so not unlimited funds. Then you have to do Burr. That's going to be the quickest. Maybe not quickest, but most efficient with your money. Should you have multiple LLCs to protect the one before, like a pyramid? No, I've actually made videos about why that's stupid. You should only do that when you have, 20 plus units. Long story short, the cost to make all those LLCs and file them with your accountant is negligible. I'm sorry, it will make your tax savings negligible. How much is your mentorship? Between 4,000 and 6,000, depending on what level of mentorship you need. If it's only like one house, for example, 2 houses, turnkey, then yeah, 4K. If it's, a Burr, which requires a lot more of my time, or just an unlimited number of houses you want, 10 units, whatever, then it's 6K. So it really just depends on the level of mentorship. It's for 6 to 12 months, and it's with me directly. You're gonna have my personal phone number. I'm basically acting as a one-on-one consultant, holding your hand the entire time. If you're interested, DM me or click link in my bio because I have a direct application to work with me there. How did you first discover Section 8 renting? One of my buddies is actually on Section 8 on the tenant side. And he told me like his rent is $200 a month. I was asking how that's possible, and then he told me like the government picks up the rest, and we kind of went from there. I need another drink. Where's my drink? Lena, if you're still watching, are you home yet? Can't seem to find sub 100K homes near western Wisconsin that are near livable. Then simply put, you need to invest elsewhere. There's no magic formula to suddenly make the houses cheaper in the area you live. You simply invest elsewhere. Christopher said, how hard is it to be successful with Section 8 realistically? You can make a lot of mistakes, I'm not going to lie. That's why I always recommend mentorship. I probably made about 50 grand in mistakes my first year investing in Section 8. I'm not trying to like shill out my own mentorship. While I do think I'll save you a lot of money, more than the cost of mentorship, just make sure that you know what you're doing. There is a learning curve. How much money do you need to start? For Burrs, I always like to say you should have 20. However, you probably won't use it all, but you should have it. So like 12 to 17 for Burrs, 20 turnkey is like 25K. After people leave Section 8, you have to renovate house. Your experience, do they leave it bad condition? No. I mean, there's always going to be wear and tear because these tenants have to stay 7 years, but it's normal wear and tear, where it's like paint and like flooring is generally fine because we use LVP, which lasts 25 years on average. So maybe we have to, mop and clean. Probably, we usually do have to paint the house, but other than that, no. There's not really much. We do regular inspections every 6 months. How does it feel to be a millionaire? Dog shit, man. The goalposts keep moving. I'm also not a liquid millionaire. Like, millionaire means jack shit. Like, I have loans on that. Like, people don't realize it's not 2 mil liquid or net. I have loans. I have mortgages. And on top of that, like, the goalposts keep moving. Like, 4 years ago when I was 18, if someone was like, yeah, you're going to be making $300K a year between your properties, your mentorship, your various other income sources, you're going to have your own house, your own car, your own investments, Like if someone told me that when I was 18, I'd faint from excitement. But now that I'm there, it's like the goalpost keeps moving, right? It's hard to find contentment with life, and that's something I really want to work on. I just have a very large amount of greed. I actually just recorded a video on this today, so that should come out maybe in a month. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. That video comes out in like 2 days. Forgot about that. Would you ever invest in houses on the West Coast? Probably not. They just have really strong tenant law. Lena said, woo. Thank you. Lena, you didn't answer my question. Are you home yet? What are your thoughts on wholesaling? I think you have to take it very seriously, like 40 hours a week minimum. It's like a full-time job. You can't do it as a side hustle. Same with being a realtor. Can't do it as a side hustle. Has to be your main thing. Otherwise, you're just going to fall behind. You're going to make mistakes. It's not worth your time. Not yet. Okay. What was the one mistake that keeps you up at night? I thought the FMR was how much I'd actually get for the rent. So stupid of me. You have to use actual comps on affordable housing. Don't go off of the FMRs. The FMRs are only the ceiling. You check it one time just to see what the ceiling is, and that's it. Go on affordable housing otherwise. What about Ohio? Ohio's fine. Cleveland, Toledo, Dayton. Those are all 3 good places in Ohio. You're in Danville. Be my agent and help you get turnkey cash flowing properties. I have 150K cash and 800 score. I'm only licensed to do real estate in Virginia within 1 hour of Fredericksburg. I do have a mentorship. That is where I help pretty much anyone, anywhere. If you're in my mentorship, I assist for 6 to 12 months. I could get you an unlimited number of homes. I'd act as a basically consultant mentor. So if you're interested in that, DM me or click the link in my bio. Clicking the link in my bio is going to be faster because it'll lead you directly to a mentorship application. California? No, not at all. Way too strong of tenant law. You're currently in Tom Cruise's mentorship? I'm sorry, brother. That sucks. I am so beyond confident that I am significantly better at mentorship than Tom Cruise. In fact, we got a lot of his former students. A lot of his former students join us and say how terrible his mentorship is compared to mine. Mine's actually one-on-one. It's with me directly. Besides real estate, what other avenues do you recommend investing in? Your Roth IRA. You should be maxing it out every year. And invest in index funds. The one I'm in is VOO, VT, and VGT. One is S&P 500 US. One is international market, and one is tech. The tech one obviously is a little riskier. So you're making money where something breaks, you won't hurt. We typically have pretty good home warranties and home insurance to cover almost all breaks and issues that come up. Again, anyone interested in one-on-one mentorship with me directly, click the link in my bio. It'll lead you to an application to apply for my mentorship, get you on a booked call with my team for free. The mentorship really is me holding your hand for 6 to 12 months. Oh, I'm super open about all finances. My mentorship is $4,000 to $6,000. It's $4K if it's something like 1 or 2 homes, turnkey, something like that, where it's easier. If it's more of my time and effort, because again, it is one-on-one with me directly, it is 6K. For example, doing burrs, wanting more than 2 or 3 properties, etc. Very open about my mentorship. On average, I save the average student at least $20,000 with various mistakes that they'll make every time. In fact, if you go to my Instagram bio, there's a little story highlight that says testimonials. You can see like all of the nice messages from my students saying like, thank you for saving me 10 grand. I almost just made a big mistake. Do you have those warranties on all your Section 8 properties? Yes. How fast are you able to get seller financing house bought? 0. I cannot do that. You message Tom Cruise one-on-one? No, you don't. You message a person on his team one-on-one. They log in through his accounts and they act as him. It is called a setter or a VA. That's who you message. How do I know this? Because he's gone live whenever some of the students have been messaged. So no, you're not you're not messaging him. You're messaging someone on his team that's being paid $5 an hour. Trust me, with my mentorship, it's literally Zoom calls with me, like actual Zoom calls. You have 2 links in your bio. Which one's to mentorship? The one that says work with me one-on-one, or just whatever one-on-one. What's a VA? Virtual assistant. So you hire someone in Pakistan or the Philippines for $5 an hour to act as your assistant. Can I do real estate while being part-time as a student? Probably not. Real estate really is like something you need a lot of effort behind. You know what? I'm sorry. I thought you said realtor. Being a realtor requires a lot of effort. Investing in real estate, yeah, you can do that part-time. I don't know why I thought you said realtor. Could you give a quick lesson on down payment percentage and what is required? 20% down, you're going to be using a DSCR loan. Can we meet in person for mentorship? I'm in Danville. I do not meet anyone in person, just on a safety standpoint. I get death threats pretty much on a daily basis. It's just like safety-wise, I just don't meet anyone in person. But I'm happy to do Zoom. You're going to have my personal number. Just like purely safety-wise, like I get a lot of death threats. I get like a lot, multiple per day. So it's just not safe for me to meet anyone through like DMs online. But I am happy to do, Zooms and etc. Happy to do that. After 12 months, am I guaranteed to profit? No, it's after 6 months. Even sooner than that. I'm gonna follow you for the future when I'm ready. Don't have the money right now, but will soon. Of course, man. Whenever you're ready, feel free to, message me, etc. How low can I get a sustainable down payment? If you have real estate experience, you can do 15% with my lenders. But if I'm being honest, once you've done, a handful of properties, almost everyone transitions to doing burrs. In which case, the goal is to recycle your money. Obviously, in these super low markets, there is a cap on how much you can actually recycle. So it tends to be between 12 to 17K being left in deals if you are using private money. If you're using cash or a line of credit, something like that, it's under 10K. Why do I mentor when I have money? This is a very good question, and I made videos about this. Simply put, being an investor is very boring. People don't realize how much downtime there is with being an investor. The 3 easiest jobs ever are being a landlord/investor, and then being a politician and an OnlyFans model. Like, those are the 3 easiest jobs in the world. Like, it's nothing. Like, straight up, I've done nothing real estate related in 2 months. Want to know why? Because my property is being rehabbed by contractors. Every week they send me videos about what they've done. I have nothing else that I can do. My money's in the project. What else am I to do? I've also been teaching for free since I was 18. I taught for free until I was 20 years old for 2 years straight. And then I got too many requests. I was doing like 5 to 10 daily meetings for free with people interested. It just got too much and I just started charging. It was kind of a natural progression. You're a little blurry. Is that on purpose? No, it's because I have a dog shit webcam that cost $20 that I bought used off of Reddit. Is mentorship modules or actually one-on-one? It's straight one-on-one. I do have like modules, but it's for reference. Like it's actually one-on-one. You're going to get direct access to my calendar. You're going to have my personal phone number. You're going to be in our Discord private messaging, group calls as well. Like it actually is one-on-one. On average, I meet the average student every 1 to 2 weeks on Zoom. What are your thoughts on Memphis? I don't like Memphis, not because of the inventory, but because insurance is too high there because of the violent crime rate. How much is the mentorship again? Between 4 and 6K. 4K if it's something, you know, a little bit lighter, right? You want 1 or 2 properties, you want something turnkey. Whereas it's 6K if you want something, you know, more complex. For example, a BRRRR, or you want 5 properties, 10 properties, etc. If you're interested, go to link in my bio. There's an application there. Go ahead and fill that out, or just DM me. Who's your favorite real estate influencers? Great question. Humphrey Yang. I love him. Humphrey Yang, super transparent. He's great. Graham Stephan's older videos before he just started only talking about politics. I think Alex Hormozy for anything business related. Yeah, those are good. Here's the thing. I'm looking at one side, 50, 60K going to do a portfolio by doing. Yeah, life's investments. You absolutely can do that with me. You should definitely join the mentorship. Like I said, it's between 4 and 6,000. Man, I'm getting a lot of questions. Sorry guys, I'm like running behind. On YouTube, missed this one. What insurance providers do you choose for your Ohio properties? I like Foremost. That's a good insurance company out there. They handle vacant properties as well. One of the only companies in Ohio that does that. What about multifamily? I don't like doing with Section 8. It's a very big amount of management headache. I must love automations. I love automations. Everything's automated. Do I think Tom Cruise is legit? No. I'm sorry. That's a two-parter question. I fully believe he has all of the property and he's mega rich. Fully believe it. I think that's accurate. I don't think his mentorship is good. I've made a lot of YouTube videos about why. I think he promotes a lot of financing strategies that don't work with beginners or in 2026. And I think he undervalues how much everything will cost. Like I have a few of his former students in my mentorship, and they were telling them, you know, oh, it'll cost you 12K, 15K. And then their closing disclosure said 28,000, and they had to back out of the deal and lost $2,000 because of their deposit. Like I've made a lot of YouTube videos about why I don't really trust him. But I do believe he actually is, you know, rich. I believe that. You click the link on the bio, but don't see applications. So click the link in my bio and go to my one-on-one page. It's going to be like my landing page. It's going to look blue, have a video on it. And then you should be able to like fill out an application right there. It'll say like, oh, work with me, apply now, whatever the case is. Let me double check.
I just saw a video.
Yeah, okay. So I was right. This is my landing page on TikTok specifically. If you click the third one, apply for one-on-one coaching, it'll lead you to my landing page, and then you're just going to click book your free strategy call, and you can fill out a form. The strategy call is free, completely free. For Instagram, let me look on how it looks on Instagram. Yeah, on Instagram, it just says work with me one-on-one. You're just going to fill that out. It's going to lead you to the same place, the free strategy call site. So the call itself is free because it's not with me, it's with a member of my team. Because I get eight calls a day on average. And the call is really just kind of to like give you kind of a free insight, free strategy session, and then also to see if you're right for the mentorship. How much time per week do you actually have to spend overseeing the properties at 95% automated? It's like 95%. Once you get a tenant in there, like we have software. It's just public software. It's Tenant Cloud that covers almost everything. So I really do only spend about an hour or two per week on my units. How much is the mentorship? Between 4,000 and 6,000, in that range. 4K if it's something very simple like an easy turnkey home, 1 or 2. 6K if it's, like Burrs, we want 5 units, something like that. Again, it is with me directly, just one-on-one. It's Zoom calls. Trying to buy in the Dayton market? Yeah, decent market. Dayton, Toledo, Cleveland, all good. Do you think Rhett Wiseman, the guy, is legit or same as Tom Cruise? I don't know fully if I'm being honest, because Rhett Wiseman is a mix. It's very mixed, where his numbers are generally realistic, but I also am confused at what he really brings to the table, if I'm being honest. Like, as far as I can tell, like it's not like a good quality mentorship, but a lot of what he says is accurate. Like, he's one of the better ones. Personally, like, I don't know if it's egotistical of me to say I think I have the best Section 8 mentorship, but yeah. How can you reach me unrelated to the mentorship? DM me. Do you apply antifreeze as well to avoid burst pipes? Not usually. We usually just drain the water from the water heater. Any unique tax benefits write-offs for Section 8 investing? Not really. It's the standard stuff, depreciation of 27 and a half years, LLC write-offs. You can write off interest, SALT deduction. You can, write off state and local taxes. Those are most of it. Yeah. In total, like, your tax rate on average is like 5 to 10%. Like, it's negligible how much you get taxed on properties. In my experience, I'm not a CPA. I should have said that. How much do you pay for insurance in Cleveland versus Detroit? Both areas for a single family home, about $1,000 a year. Can't you use cost segregation? No, you can, but it's too expensive. When you're in this low of a price range, the amount of money you would save doing a cost segregation is actually less than the cost of the segregation itself. The study, I've already tried this. The literal study was too expensive compared to how much I would save. The homes are like $80K. It makes more sense to do the 27.5%, 27 and a half year depreciation. In general, a cost segregation study makes most sense when your home is at least $300,000 to $400,000 in value or higher. How's Canton, Ohio for Section 8? The fact that I'm not really that familiar probably means not good. Probably means low inventory, but I could be wrong. Man, I have like a headache. I think I am going to call it there. For anyone interested again with one-on-one mentorship with me directly, I work with you between 6 to 12 months in total. Cost between 4,000 and 6,000. If you are ready to buy today, you have at least 20K liquid, 680 credit. DM me or click the link in my bio to apply for one-on-one mentorship. It is with me directly. It's going to be Zoom calls, not with anyone else, not with some random VA, just with me. So if you want to me to hold your hand, help you avoid 30 grand in mistakes, DM me or click the link in my bio. I'm going to end it here. I got to pee. And also, I have a headache. So anyways, I hope you guys have a